Braydin Darskii.
This video is going to focus on this wonderful epiphany I've been blessed with. How to get this lazy Susan shot. It's like 2 tables on a swivel. You're gonna need this lazy Susan turntable bit. That's what makes the lazy Susan swivel. This is what the lazy Susan actually looks like. I recommend WD-40. Some eye protection so you don't accidentally squirt any in your eyes. I use 3/4 inch, 4 foot by 8 foot alder plywood. And then the gentleman at Home Depot actually cut it in half for me, so I had 2 4 foot by 4 foot tables. Or I had 2 4 foot by 4 foot sheets of plywood. Then I used number 10 3/4 inch screws. I used liquid nails, a beefy metal ruler, and a pen. Painter's tape, some string or floss, I recommend sunglasses. I recommend prayer, some Fimo polymer clay, just some lid laying around the house, and life-proof tables. These are 2 4 foot tables. I'm gonna use this ruler to measure out and figure out where the center is, and I'm really not worried about what make it being ugly or pretty at this point. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm gonna locate where to put my lazy Susan swivel. And then I just screwed it in. Now I recommend doing some WD-40 because I don't know if you're ever gonna get another opportunity to squirt some in there. And then I use liquid nails. There's probably a better way of doing this, but this is what I did. And thank you, Jesus, that I even had liquid nails around. Liquid nails, I think it takes about a week for it to cure. And then line it up best you can. I've got marks on the side of my table so I know where the centers are. This probably should have been earlier in the video, but here we are. I recommend reading your instructions and figuring out which side of your lazy Susan is top and which side is bottom, because it'll spin better and more efficiently if top is on top and bottom is on bottom. And then be sure you keep track. Then I got some floss and some painter's tape, and I attached it from one center across to the other center. Once I've done that twice, then where they crisscross is how I found my center. Hey, I was pretty close. Thank you, Jesus. Let's talk life-proof tables. This one is a 4-foot table. Here's a side-by-side with a 6-foot table. Right now they're the same height. We're gonna take the 4-foot table, throw it on top of the 6-foot one. I'm trying to show how there's 3 options of height. So I lowered it down a level. I want the freedom of being able to slide a 6-foot table as much over the 4-foot tables as I want, but I'm running into the legs of the 6-foot table, so I can't slide the table completely over the 4-foot table. But if you get a second 6-foot table and then use those 2 tables as the legs for a 3rd table, then you can get all the sliding freedom you want. Some Metro shelving on wheels. I flip it over and then it will roll on me. I got some skid marks, but that's okay. I attach some lights. Make sure everything is still spinning and happy. Just showing how this Lazy Susan table clears everything. It's still happy and spinning. Now this setup of lights and these really cool gripper arms and this wonderful phone mount that I was blessed with, I don't want to spend too much time on those items this video, but if you're interested, you can check out this video where I actually look at these gripper arms, the lights, the phone mount, and how to link the phone to the Apple TV and use it as a viewing monitor. This is how I find my center, put my finger on it, then adjust the purple camera. And tweak it how you need to. This is some of that slidey freedom. And you can even move the shelf on the table for more options. I recommend sunglasses when you start turning on the lights. And find some way to get comfortable and start spinning. Now this is just to demo it. This is not how I did all my spinning for the other videos. And that's it under that red blanket. Sorry, I know the shot's really busy and there's tons of clutter on the tables. I was working on something, but I want you to try and focus on that red blanket because underneath is that swivel table, is that Lazy Susan table. And there's my chair where I sit. And that's the viewing monitor right there on the left. Has a little cave troll from Risk, from the Lord of the Rings Risk set. So I turn this massive table. There's my viewing monitor. Oh, thank you, Jesus. It just looks so beautiful. I've got markings on my table, because when you're concentrating on rotating the table at a certain speed, you lose track how many times you've gone around. So if you mark the table, like every time the my markings Jesus would cross the other Jesus, I would know that was 1 revolution. I would spin the table 3 times before I would go on to the next thing to shoot, because then I knew that I had captured my footage. Now for the clay. I just love having this surface. You can pose anything in it. And then to reuse it, you just roll it up into a ball, which is very difficult to do one-handed. Just some lid laying around the house, and squish it down. And once it's the right height and depth and whatever I need, then it's good to go. One downside of the clay, it sticks really easily to whatever you're trying to showcase. So that could be a deal breaker if you're showcasing something very valuable and difficult to clean. Okay, I love you guys, bye.